there, my name's Claire and this is Stitch Hem Sew. Thank you so much for joining me for episode 3 of Friday Sews. Today's prompt for Friday Sews is what will you be buying in the Black Friday sales? Now, I don't actually plan to buy anything, but that doesn't mean to say that I won't. Oh, no, I am planning on buying something. I need to buy that pattern for the coat that I'm planning to make, which I discussed in episode 1 of Friday Sews, the Nova coat by Paper Cut Patterns, and I think that I have seen that they are having a sale for Black Friday, so I will check that out and have a look. Other than that, as I say, I'm not planning to buy anything in the Black Friday sales, but that doesn't mean to say that I won't. What are you planning to buy, or have you already bought anything? Maybe let me know in the comments below. I'd love to have a chat with you. Before I get started today, I just want to say a massive thank you to everybody that has watched my previous videos. To those of you that have liked and commented and subscribed, it really does mean the world to me, so thank you so much. If you haven't already subscribed, please consider subscribing today, and don't forget to check that notification bell so that you get notified of any future videos. Also, if you've enjoyed the video today, please can I ask you to like the video, because that just lets YouTube know that people are watching and they put the video out to more people, which helps my channel to grow. Thank you. So last week I spoke about a sewing challenge that I'm currently running that's called #It'sAlsoChristmassy. I'll pop up some details on the screen now. So the challenge is to sew up your Christmas themed fabric into Christmas garments or accessories or gifts or decorations, and then use the hashtag #It'sAlsoChristmassy to share your makes on Instagram. Just need to do that by the 28th of December. As I say, use the hashtag #It'sAlsoChristmassy, and don't forget to tag me as well at Stitch Hem Sew so that I see all of your lovely makes. There will be a bundle of lovely sewing goodies from myself as a prize, and also the lovely Beyond the Pink Door have been in touch and have offered a fantastic gift voucher of €25 as a prize for the challenge It's Also Christmassy. If you haven't already found out about Beyond the Pink Door, please check them out. I will link them in the description box below. They're a fantastic sewing fabric company, fabrics and sewing accessories. They're a mother and daughter team, Andrew and Keris. They're from Ireland, and they have the most beautiful fabrics. They also run a YouTube live every Sunday where they can show their fabrics, and where you can put it in the description any fabrics that you might have seen on the website that you want to see, how they drape or what sort of stretch they have, if it's a knit fabric. It's a great way to be able to see the fabrics in more detail when you're shopping online. So check them out, and I will give a link to, as I say, to their website and also to their YouTube channel. That's Beyond the Pink Door. Thank you so much. So on to my makes for this week. Now, everything I've sewn up is either using Christmas themed fabric or is just a Christmas present. Now, the first thing I've sewn up is this fabric. I've sewn up the Waves and Wild hot chocolate pattern. Now, I've talked about this pattern a few times in previous vlogs, so I won't go into too much detail, but I will pop a link to them in the description box below and pop a card in. The fabric was a 50cm remnant piece that I picked up from a de-stash on Fabrics by Penny community Facebook group. I think the fabric's really fun. I really like it, and as I say, the pattern is the Waves and Wild hot chocolate pattern. It sews up super quick, this one. It's really comfy for my boys. This one is in age 3. It's for my younger son, and he's already seen it. He doesn't speak that much at the moment, but he was very excited about it. He was like, me, and then I said, yes, it's for you, and he was all like, wow. So super cute. Can't wait to get to December so that he can wear his Christmas jumper. Now, the next thing I made up was a super little project. It was just using a scrap of that fabric that I've just been talking about. I had a very long thin scrap of fabric. Now what do you make with a long thin scrap of fabric? A scrunchie, of course. This is a cute little scrunchie, ideal for a child's hair. I probably will gift this to one of the children in my older son's class. I think scrunchies are a really useful way of using up those scraps of fabric, so an ideal little make. The next thing I've made is an eye mask. I've used the Fifi Tilly and the Buttons pattern. Now you can find it on their website, on their blog. It's a free pattern. There's also a YouTube video. I'll link those in the description box below. I really like the fact that the elastic is encased in a fabric strip. It's a really easy make, really simple, very easy to follow. The only thing that's vaguely fiddly is the fact of turning the fabric sort of tube through. Now I did do the technique of where you put the ribbon through and you sew it up and then you kind of pull it through, but it was still quite fiddly. Maybe at some point I need to invest in one of those turning tools. Are they any good? Can you let me know? On the whole, a really lovely, quick and easy make that will make a lovely gift. I think I'll sew up a few more. Friends and family, if you're watching, please try and forget. Now the next thing I've sewn up is a couple of Christmas cards. I have created these by sewing together little tiny small scraps of Christmas fabric that I had left over from last year that I'd saved in a little bag. I've pieced them together to form like a piece of fabric, and I'll pop a little picture in of that. I've then used those bits of fabric, I've sandwiched them together with a piece of wadding in between the two bits of fabric. I've drawn round a little template that I've created in the shape of a Christmas tree, and then I've sewn together the two bits of fabric using the template shape that I've drawn on using a heat erasable pen, and then I've gone round and cut them out with pinking shears. Now I just think these are a really quick, very simple make and a great little scrap buster. What I'm planning to actually do is just sew on a little hanging loop, and therefore people can take them off the cards. I've only popped them on with a little bit of double-sided sticky tape, and therefore they can then use the Christmas tree as a little Christmas decoration, so kind of a two-in-one make. Now the next thing I've sewn up is some bottle bags. The pattern I've chosen to use is a really easy pattern from a YouTube video. I will pop a link in the description box below. The reason I chose this one over some of the others is that it uses a very small amount of fabric, because it's not a fully lined make. You just fold over the top to give the kind of illusion that it's lined, but not having to line the whole thing, so they're less fabric hungry. I'll show you one that has already kind of got a bottle in, just so you can see how they kind of look when they're got a bottle in them. And you just sort of attach a piece of ribbon to tie around the neck of the bottle. A very easy make, but I just think it jazzes up a bottle when you're giving it as a present. Now the last thing I've sewn up is a Christmas stocking. Now I will definitely need to sew up another one of these. I've got two boys, you can't just have one stocking. I've sewn this up using a template from Green Apple Cottage. Is that definitely the name? Yes, Green Apple Cottage. I used the template for the main bit of stocking, and then I've just sort of drafted an extra bit here that creates the top of the stocking here. I then sort of winged it from there. There are instructions on their website, but I just went for it. It's kind of like sewing up a lined tote bag, so really quite simple. I've used wadding sort of between the two layers. I've just lined it with a white fabric, keep it simple, and as I say, it's got wadding in between the two layers just to make it a bit softer, a bit more, the items be a bit more protected in there. what I would really like to do is to add like a vinyl template of an initial for each of my boys, but I don't have a Cricut Maker, so I can't do that. Maybe it's something I'll do next year. Hopefully I might buy a Cricut Maker. Do you think they're worth it? Are they any good? Can you leave it in the comments below what you think about Cricut Makers? Are they worth the purchase? Is one better than another? Yeah, leave me a comment if you wouldn't mind, that'd be fantastic. Now, onto some fabrics that I've been purchasing. Now, the first fabric you're definitely going to recognise. Yes, it is identical to the one that I've just been talking about. I love this fabric so much. So when I popped a little post on Instagram showing the jumper that I made for my youngest, I mentioned that I would really like to get hold of some more of this lovely fabric. Now, Adam from Adam Sews came to my rescue, got in touch, said that he had some. Would I like to buy it off him? I snapped his hand off. So I sent him over the money. I sent over my address, and then we realised that we only lived about 15 minutes drive from each other, so small world. And so he said, no worries, I will get it in the post to you tomorrow. I was like, fantastic, excellent, it should arrive soon, very excited. Now, the very next day I come home and there is the parcel from Adam. He'd happened to have been relatively near where I lived and he'd hand delivered it, bless him. So thank you very much, Adam. And he said that he knew that it was my house, that he'd got the right house, because there was also another parcel on the doorstep for me from First for Fabric. So whoops. Not only had the lovely Adam dropped off personally my fabric, but he'd also popped in the bag some additional extras. That's so kind of you, Adam, thank you so much. The first thing were some buttons, which he said might be useful for the coat that I'm planning to make, which is the Nova coat by Paper Cut Patterns. It's a blue fabric. I talked about that fabric in my Friday Sews episode 1 video, and I'll pop a link to that in the cards in the description box if you're interested in finding out about that fabric. So I'll definitely be looking to see whether I can, if I can't use that on that make, then I'll definitely use the buttons on another make. So thank you very much, Adam, for those. He also popped in for and he said they were for my boys, 2 other lovely fabrics. This one is a mustard fabric, and it's got a very light sort of detail of some dinosaurs on. I'm not sure how well that's going to show up on camera, so I will take a photo and pop that in of these 2 fabrics. And then the second fabric has got these little sort of are they roosters, are they peacocks, I'm not really sure, but they're super cute and my boys are going to love them. So jumpers or pyjamas or t-shirts, something is definitely going to get sewn up in them. So thank you so much, Adam, for your generosity. So appreciated. It definitely made my day. Thank you so much. Now, as I said, I also received another parcel on the same day from First for Fabrics. I'd made an order. I wanted to buy some navy ribbing fabric and I had a voucher, so I treated myself to one of their mystery jersey remnant fabric bundles, and this is what arrived. Now, it was beautifully wrapped up in tissue paper with ribbon around it, but I couldn't wait to look at it. I couldn't wait to do like an unboxing or of my reaction. I probably should have done that. Maybe I'll do that next time if any of you are interested in that sort of thing. Now the fabrics that I received were a little bit of white ribbing, which is always really handy. I received some white jersey. I would say there is maybe 75 centimetres there, something along those sort of lines of white jersey, probably about 50 centimetres there of red jersey, and they all kind of colour coordinate, which is lovely. And then this super cute otter fabric, which I think I've got about 1 metre of. Let's have a little look. Yeah, I'd say about 1 metre of that fabric. So I can definitely make something with them, whether I kind of colour block it to make something with the red and the white and with the white ribbing, or I could use that navy ribbing that I'd bought. I'm not really sure what plans I've got for those, but yeah, I took a punt and it definitely paid off. So yeah, I will pop a link in the description box below to First for Fabrics. They're one of my favourite shops. I think they're really reasonable. They sell some really great, particularly really great selection of jersey fabrics. I think they're really reasonable and well worth checking out. No affiliate link going on here. I'm not sponsored anyway. I just really like them. Now, in terms of things that I'm planning on sewing up this week and maybe next week, I definitely need to crack on and finish off some Christmas makes. I definitely want to finish off that other stocking that I was talking about. I'd really like to sew up this fabric. I talked about this fabric in my October vlog. It's a fabric that I was debating about whether to use for myself or for my husband. My husband has definitely shown an interest in it. It's one of the reasons I bought the navy ribbing fabric. I'm going to sew up the Waves and Wild hot coffee pattern for him. He does help me edit these videos, so I need you to forget about it because you're going to get this for Christmas. So yeah, hoping to sew that one up this week. I'm also hoping to sew up this one this week for my older son, so that he can wear that in December, and definitely a few more Christmas presents that need to be made up too. So folks, that's all from me today. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you join me over on Instagram and follow me there at Stitch Hem Sew, and also join in with the hashtag It's Also Christmassy. Until next time, take care, happy sewing. Bye.